When first watching Mohamed Salah, his awkward and unusual technique can kind of throw you off a bit. But then when you see 205 goals and 89 assists in 333 appearances for Liverpool since 2017, you have to seriously consider Mohamed Salah one of the best forwards of this generation. But what exactly makes Mohamed Salah so good? Well, in this video I'm going to be analysing his more notable attributes, but I'll also be talking about some attributes that people seem to overlook when they talk about Mohamed Salah, but are actually highly significant to his overall effectiveness. And if you're a winger like Mohamed Salah and you struggle to add goals and assists to your game, this video will show you how to implement some of these attributes in order to play like Mohamed Salah. Now, despite being more of a wide attacker than a centre forward, the first thing you think of when you think of Mohamed Salah is goals. But while some may just solely focus on his finishing when he's in goal scoring positions, in order to learn how to play like Mohamed Salah, you actually look at how he gets into these positions, specifically with his off the ball movement, but also how he manipulates the ball and the opposition defenders inside of the box. And we'll start off by analysing a trademark Mohamed Salah goal from back in 2018. You can see here Sadio Mane is driving down the right side, and both Firmino and Mo Salah are entering the box. But Salah's off the ball movement inside of the box is very unconventional, much like most of his game. Rather than driving forward into the usual dangerous areas around the penalty spot or 6-yard box, Salah instead recognises where the opposition defenders are, or more specifically where they aren't, because that's where the space is going to be. And that's why we see him hold his position on the edge of the box, because he knows this is going to be the easiest place for Mane to actually get the ball into his feet. But whilst it probably would have been an easier chance had Salah made a direct movement towards a penalty spot or 6-yard box, maybe even a first time finish, when he receives the ball in this position, he's got a lot more work to do, but he backs himself and has faith in his ability. And this is where we come on to his unorthodox technique, which may seem like a weakness at first, but this is actually the key to what makes Mohamed Salah so good. But before I tell you in specific detail why exactly this is the case, let's further analyse this goal. So you can see he receives a ball and instantly realises that he's not going to be able to get a shot off straight away, just because of the sheer amount of defenders in his path. And so what he's going to try to do is manipulate the opposition defender's positioning in order to open up a space for him to release a shot. And he does this by taking a lot of small, quick touches in order to first move the ball onto the right side before dragging it back across his body onto his left, which in the process of dragging the opposition defenders one way and back to the other, creates that small opening that Salah needs to release the shot past the keeper, putting the ball into the back of the net from a seemingly impossible position. But this sort of finish for Salah isn't a fluke. While some may look at players like Erling Haaland, Rashford and Heung-min Son and see players who are incredibly efficient with their touches in the box, looking to take 1 or 2 touches max in order to release a shot before the defenders can come across and block it, Salah instead does the opposite, not rushing his shot and instead preferring to take as many touches as needed in order to work the ball into the optimal shooting position. And this is where we come on to one of Salah's perceived weaknesses that you may be able to incorporate in your game in order to turn it into an advantage, just like Salah has done. And that is his rather unorthodox technique. Because there's no one really in world football who has the same sort of technique as him, it makes it incredibly hard for defenders and goalkeepers to predict what he's going to do next. But if you want to take advantage of this, like Salah, you need to develop your close ball control inside of the box under pressurised situations, because whilst his body positioning certainly doesn't give away any clues to the goalkeeper or defender as to what exactly he's going to do next, is Salah's quick footwork and close ball control, which allows him to manoeuvre the ball into these shooting positions. And probably because of this unorthodox technique, Salah has developed a variety of different finishes, allowing him to release shots from pretty unconventional body positionings or angles. And with him also developing his composure and clinical finishing from these positions, Salah post 2017 has turned into an absolute goal machine. But Salah isn't just a goal threat when Liverpool have the ball in the final third. He's also got the anticipation and positional awareness to predict when Liverpool might be able to win a turnover, from where if the play is in the middle third, Salah can put himself in the optimal position, from where he can look to use his lightning quick acceleration to make a bursting run in behind the opposition's high back line, making him the perfect threat on the counter-attack. And so if you want to play like Mo Salah, it's going to be beneficial to develop your overall speed, so that you don't have to rely on your side progressing the ball into the final third in order to create chances. You can also be a threat on the counter-attack, taking up positions between the opposition's fullback and centre-back and utilising your pace to get through on goal into 1v1 situations. But one of the most overlooked attributes that Mo Salah has made him an integral part of Klopp's Liverpool side actually comes when Liverpool don't have possession. And that's not just his insane work ethic when it comes to pressing, but also his tactical awareness and positional understanding. Under Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool would press high up the pitch in a 4-3-3, using a narrow and high front three of Mo Salah and Sadio Mane either side of Roberto Firmino. Now let's say the pass goes into the left-sided centre-back, it's Mo Salah's job to initiate the press. But if you want to play like Mo Salah out of possession, you can't just simply race at the defender, because if you do this from the wrong position, you can just open up a passing lane which will allow the centre-back to play the pass into the left-back and bypass your whole team's press. Instead, just like Mo Salah does, you want to arc your run, cutting off the passing lane to the player behind you, in this example it's a left-back, meaning that you are simultaneously applying an intense press, but also cutting off the passing lane from the centre-back to the full-back, which will force them to play infield, where from the likes of Firmino and Mane and the rest of the Liverpool midfield can squeeze up, using Mo Salah's initial press as a trigger press to now launch a very high press in the opposition's defensive third, looking to win the ball back in a high position, which was a key fundamental of Jurgen Klopp's whole Liverpool side, and Mo Salah was key to doing this. And so if you want to play like Mo Salah, you kind of want to use your unorthodox technique in order to develop an air of unpredictability. But you also need the movement in the box as well as the close ball control and intricate movements in order to create these shooting positions for yourself. But you mustn't neglect the off the ball work that Mo Salah does in the press, or even the runs he makes from deeper positions on the counter-attack, as adding all of these to your game will make you a goal scoring and pressing machine just like Mo Salah is. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, check out some other others, and subscribe to the channel as well for more videos like this.